Assalamualaikum and hi to Sir Haji Ismail. My name is Aina Farha binti Zamri. First of all, I will talk about Sony company profile. The term Sony Corporation redirects here. See Sony Corporation of America for the company subsidiary in the United States. Sony Group Corporation, stylized as Sony, is a Japanese multinational corporation headquartered in Kinan, Minato, Tokyo, and Japan. As a major technology company, it is one of the world's largest manufacturers of consumer and professional electronic products, as well as the largest video game console manufacturer and publisher. It is one of the largest music company and the third largest film studio through Sony Entertainment include, making it one of the most comprehensive media companies. Sony is the largest image sensor maker, the second largest camera manufacturer, and one of the top semiconductor sales leader with a market share of 55% in the image sensor market. It is the world's largest player in the premium television market for television with a screen size at least 55 inches and price of more than 2,500, as well as the second largest TV brand by market share, and as of 2020 the world's third largest television manufacturer by annual sales figures. The Sony Group Corporation is the parent corporation of Sony Corporation, Sony Semiconductor Solution, Sony Entertainment, which is Sony Music and Sony Picture, Sony Interactive Entertainment, Sony Financial Group, and others. We Are Sony is the company tagline. Other tagline is the one and only, it is a Sony, like no other, make believe, and be moved per their previous slogan. The Sumitomo Mitsui Financial Group, the successor to the Mitsui Keiretsu, has a tenuous relationship with Sony. Sony is a constituent of the Nikkei 225 and Topix Core 30 Index on the Tokyo Stock Exchange, with an additional listing in the form of American Depository Receipt on the New York Stock Exchange, and was ranked 122nd on the Fortune Global 500 list in 2020. So now, I will talk about timeline of the company. First, we start in year 1946. Tokyo Tsushin Kogyo Kabushiki Kaisha was founded by Akio Morita and Masaru Ibuka. Next, 1950, the first Japanese tape recorder is introduced by Tokyo Tushin Kogyo Kashubika Kaisha. Next is 1955. Tokyo Tishun Kogya Kabushika Kaisha launched Japan's first transistor radio. The company goes public. Then, 1958, the name of the company has changed to Sony Corporation. In 1960, the world's first transistor television is introduced by Sony. Now, in 1968, Sony introduced the Revolution Trinitron color television. Sony enters the record business through a joint venture with CBS company. Next is 1975. The Betamax VCR is introduced by the company. Follow with 1979, the Sony Walkman is officially launched. Next is 1982, Sony released the first CD player. Follow with 1985, the company revealed its first 8mm video camera. Follow with 1987, CBS Record and its label Epic and Columbia are purchased for $2 billion. Next, in year 1989, Columbia Pictures has been purchased in $3.4 billion. Follow with 1994, the Sony PlayStation make it great. Next is 1997, the Vaio PC line for the home market is introduced. Last but not least, in year 2000, the PlayStation 2 is released with improved graphic, processing power, and DVD and broadband capabilities.
Hi, I am Nur Syafiqah Adeline binti Abdurrani. Sony initial consumer product was a rice cooker, and Sony Group Corporation is currently the holding company for Sony Pictures Semiconductor Entertainment Mobiles and Financial Holdings. The product lines that the company offers are mobile communication, game and network services, imaging products and solutions, home entertainment and sound, computers and printers, music, and lastly semiconductors, CCD, LCD, and the other kinds of semiconductors. Walkman was introduced in 1979, which was successful in the market. Later, it launched the VAIO brand name for PC and Bravia for televisions. It offers products and services in practically all fields of entertainment, making it one of the world's most well-known brands. Sony sells its products through two marketing channels, which are online and through retailers. The first distribution channel of Sony consists of manufacturers, retailers, and consumers. Customers purchase Sony products directly from Sony authorized merchants. They sell it to dealers who subsequently sell the product to customers. Via second distribution channel, products also available online through stores such as Amazon.com and Sony's official website. The prices of the product purchased by customers using either method remain the same.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And hi, my name is Muhammad Irwan Afandi. For the next topic, I will explain about the stages of selling process of Sony. So the first one is prospecting customers. Prospecting for new customers is crucial in many sorts of sales. It can also be one of the most discouraging aspects of selling, particularly for newcomers. Prospecting attempts are frequently rejected, and the immediate rewards are usually minor. Sony has used an influencer marketing to prospect their customers at the early stages of their selling process. Because of social media's dominant role in marketing and customer interaction. Influencer marketing, also known as word-of-mouth marketing, is increasingly making headlines. They use a system that can take a customer database and translate that customer network into a social network for the organization, which is Persuade. What is Persuade? Persuade is a technology identifies persons who have a profound effect on the purchase and consumption of specific items and services. Persuade connect a customer social network of 100 million customers that defines influencer in various product and industry categories. Is used to this. Next is opening the relationship. The sales representative should try to open the relationship with prospective customers by determining who within the organization has the most influence or authority to initiate the purchase process, and who will ultimately purchase the product as well. As the generation enough interest within the firm to obtain the information needed to qualify the prospect as a worthwhile potential customers. Sony's customer satisfaction CS policy is ingrained in the customer's operations. Customers demand nothing less than the best from the company's product. Surprisingly, the corporation faces the greater difficulty in fulfilling this challenge and retaining loyal clients. Sony worked hard to sustain client loyalty and a positive relationship in this regard. Strong and comprehensive actions to retain customers, attract new customers, and meet the demands and preferences of customers are critical market competitiveness determinants. Other than that, qualifying the prospect before salespeople attempt to schedule a major sales presentation or spend a significant amount of time attempting to create connection with a prospective account, they must first qualify the prospect to assess if he or she is desirable potential customers. If the account does not qualify, the sales representative can better spend his or her time elsewhere. And as we know, Sony has made a business-to-business sellings to Apple Incorporated as a main supplier for Apple's iPhone camera sensors. Sony considered that Apple is a potential customer that could give a benefit to them since iPhone is widely used by the people around the world. Even Apple is one of the competitors in the market. Other than that, presenting the sales message, the selling process revolves around the sales presentation. The salesperson conveys product or service information and tries to persuade the prospect to become a customer. Making effective presentation is an important part of the sales job. Unfortunately, many salespeople fail miserably at this task. The greatest method to persuade prospect of product's benefit is to demonstrate, especially if the product is technically hard. To prepare a good product demonstration, there are two principles to follow, which is to begin with, the demonstrations should be meticulously rehearsed to eliminate of the potential of even slight errors. Second, the demo should be set so that members of the buying process may get hands-on experience with the product. Next is closing the sale. Obtaining a final agreement to purchase it is referred to as closing the sale. Unless the client signs on the dotted line, the salesperson effort are worthless. Yet, here is where many salesmen fail. It is natural for shoppers to postpone purchasing decisions. Organizational buyers and other decision makers in B2B purchasing and selling have had significant training in buying and selling tactics and can spot, manipulate closing techniques. Those choosing a natural way to ask for the sale should be done with caution. Sony used follow-up strategy to close their sales. It is very effective to attract their customers who are not willing to purchase their product in the first place. The last stages of selling process is servicing the account. When a sale is made, the salesperson's job is not done yet. To ensure the client satisfaction and repeat business, a variety of services and help must be provided after the sale. Customer loyalty is bolstered and long-term relationships are fostered by excellent after-sale care. However, there is another area where some salespeople fall short. When consumers stop buying from a company, it is usually because the customer believes that the company's salesmen were uninterested after the goods was delivered. Each sale should be followed up on to ensure that there are no issues with the delivery schedules, product quality, or client billing. Sony provided an after-sales service for their customers. As an example, Sony provided a warranty and free repair services for the product that have been damaged or have any defect before customers could use it.
Challenges and risks faced. Sony faced many problems, but there were two main reasons that lead to the decline in Sony. The reasons were lack of innovation and the other one lack of core competence. Lack of innovation. Sony has the ability to develop new product according to the consumer's needs. Sony's entry into the phone market began in 2001 to 2002 when they formed cooperation with Ericsson, and with that they maintained their focus on innovation. Sony advancement during the time included color screen, digital camera, 2 megapixel screen and 5 megapixel camera and etc. The Walkman series on the other hand was a huge success. Sony was essentially printing money with these new features and the Walkman series. Sony fans range from the young to the elderly. Undoubtedly, the iPhone is one of the greatest inventions of this century. On January 9, 2007, Steve Jobs introduced the iPhone, transforming phones into iPhones. However, this was not good for Sony. This is because Sony's Walkman series or Ericsson phones both included numerous advanced such as colored screen and digital camera. However, they began making Android phones. Their innovation began to slow down. Sony continued to produce pricey phones but lacked a significant differentiating point. As a result, they progressively faded from the market. Lack of core competence. Sony overlooked progress in its main business of developing new ideas. They plunged into their multi-business ventures of financial services, music label, internet music core, advertising agency, movies, and games. Sony is lagging behind in product positioning and branding as a result of a lack concentration and core competence. Many companies that fail to innovate merely follow market trends. They produce phones at a lower price and reinvest their profits in R&D. Sony failed to recognize this trend. Until now, their phone has large bezels. Sony was late enough in introducing dual-camera phones. Surprisingly, all big companies purchased image sensors from companies like Huawei, Samsung, and Apple are making great camera phones. Despite having a USB in camera, Sony has shockingly failed to make a great camera phone.
And lastly, as a conclusion, business to business, often known as B2B, is a type of transaction that occurs between businesses, such as between a manufacturer and wholesaler, or between a wholesaler and retailer. Business to business refers to transactions that take place between businesses rather than between businesses and individual customers. Sony needs to find a solution on how to solve all the challenges and the problems that they face to ensure the sustainability of their businesses. They also need to improve their selling process strategy for a better result in the future. Lastly, Sony also needs to expand their business-to-business environment in another field besides camera. They need to utilize all the resources that they must create a profit.